Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Grace and peace, everyone. We're back. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. So you know what we're about to do. Happy Lord's Day to you all. Hopefully you had a wonderful Sunday, whether you rested or went and worshiped with your church community or whether to spend time with your family, whatever. Hopefully you had a great day. Hopefully you got some good rest. What's going on? But hopefully, according to the bourgeoisie, according to the melanated Marxists and other folk, you were not supposed to go shopping. So if you went shopping today or yesterday or Friday, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are to this. If you did that, then you didn't do the right thing. You were not following along lockstep with all of the other people that were doing whatever they was doing. So tonight we're going to talk about this economic boycott. I asked the question, did you participate in this? I asked that question on Friday in the community post. It looked like a general consensus was that people were not participating in it. And I want to talk a little bit about that because I'm interested in understanding, why do we do these things? Why do we do these? These are not useful activities that one should participate in. Real quick, and just pull that in. So it looks like, looking at my fancy dancy poll here, it looks like about, let me see. Yes were about 27%. No's were 52%. There was an economic boycott, AKA I didn't know about it, was 20. So let's go with 72% overall did not participate in any way, shape, or form. About 564 people participated in that. So that's a good sampling of the shenanigans and what was happening there. But what about you? Did you participate in that? Did you do your part to not give the man and stick it to the man? Did you do your part to bring down economic the economic stronghold and economic oppression of the capitalist system? What did you do? I'm just interested in this, and I am going to mock it because I don't think that it's actually a useful activity. And lots of people feel like these are useful activities, but they're not. They really aren't, especially what I've done. Shout out to Marshall the Plug. What I've done is I've collected a whole bunch of TikToks and put them together in a little compilation. We'll just look at them and have a good laugh. I will make the compilation available on the channel, so please go check it out when it drops. But I think the thing that I'm having an issue with, where I'm not understanding is, okay, you're not going to buy items or you're not going to support this particular industry. Got you. But you don't fill in that void with a true alternative. So, for example, people like going to Target. People like shopping at Target. We'll use Target. Target is not the end all be all of this discussion. However, people like going to Target. Okay, whether it's retail therapy, whether it's to push those, they got some really nice carts. Whether it's just to push that big old cart around and it moves all nimbly. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but there are people who go to Target just to like relax. I don't do it, but I know people that do. And of course, people go there to shop. So this is a big piece of let's just say it, a big piece of Americana. So I'm not supposed to participate and go to this place, but where should I go? There's not a good alternative of it. And it's not just, hey, well, you can go over here to Ray Ray's Knick-Knack and Paddywhack. Well, sir, they don't have those nice carts. They don't have those nice, clean aisles. There is an ambiance that people are missing. So when I see these type of things, these boycotts and the such like that, first of all, I already called question about why you're boycotting, but we'll save that for a little bit later. But just the actual activity, don't go to this store because whatever reason. Well, you didn't give me a good, valid reason, a good alternative to where to go. Example, let's just use another example. Don't go to this restaurant. Well, the other restaurant is not on par with the restaurant you told me not to go to. So therein is a problem. And of course, we could go back to the retail example. Hey, don't go to Walmart. Walmart is extremely, pocketbook friendly. I went there yesterday. I was like, hey, I haven't been to Walmart in a while. So I went in Walmart yesterday and I said, hey, this, you know what? It wasn't that bad of an experience. Went in there, got what I wanted, kind of meandered a little bit and then made my way out. It didn't cost a lot. So Walmart has a level of cost effectiveness. wallet friendly. So if I can't go to Walmart because I'm boycotting, then what is going to be my real alternative? Because I need some alternative that's going to, equally be decent to my pocketbook. Can't just go somewhere and say, oh, I'm going to go stick it to the man, but I'm going to go spend, 8, 9, 10, 12% more than if I just went to the Walmart. And I'm probably going to go further away because Walmart is literally down the street from my house. So those are some things, and we're going to talk about. I'm going to make a lot of fun of this. So if you're upset about and you really think we should participate in the boycott and economic blackouts and such like that, I don't do any of those. So I'm not going to participate in any of them. I know there's like a whole bunch of, there's a whole day, all these days coming up. Like, I'm not keeping up with this. It's hard enough to keep up with my in-laws' birth dates. I'm not keeping up with all these doggone boycotts. So just give it up. However, if you feel like I'm being a little harsh, you feel like, hey, Jason, you should, participate in this stuff like that, comment in the chat. Let me know why I should do that. Let me know. Leave an emoji in front of it. I'll listen to it. I'll give you a shot. Give me a reason why I should participate in these things that I see as being completely and totally performative. I don't see them as being beneficial at all. I found a ton of TikToks of people that share my same mindset, and I want to bring those in, and we'll talk about them tonight. So thank you all, everybody who's jumped in with me. I appreciate you all for not only a wonderful month of February. This channel did outstanding in February, and it's because of you all, because of the best live chat on the internet. Those people, all 60 of y'all that have already hit the like button and jumped up into this live chat and said hello. Thank you all. You all really, the channel did fantastic. I'll go over the numbers tomorrow, but y'all did, really helped out the channel a great deal. And I want to say thank you all. You're helping me hit my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of April. I wanted to make sure that before Tiffany Henyard got booted out as mayor, that I hit my 50,000 goal, and y'all have really helped me out a lot. So I want to say thank you all for that. And then, of course, thank you all for the support of other content creators. There's some great content creators that are out here trying to get their feet wet in these YouTube suburbs and such of that nature, and they're trying to make a go at it. So I want to say thank you all for supporting them. I've got tons of them that jump into this chat, and I like to shout them out so the moderators know that we're going to be giving the shout outs when they show through. But also, just those ones that watch the content, that have commented on what I do and such of that nature, have really added some great value to it. So I want to say thank you all, each and every one of y'all. So I really appreciate it. And let me real quick make sure I dole out a little bit of power up in here. Okay. So I want to say thank you to each of y'all for that. Now, I did have a guest that was supposed to come on, and it looks like he's running late. So I'm going to go ahead and get going, and if he jumps in, he jumps in. If he doesn't, he'll still be my friend, and I won't tell you who he is because then I have to dog him out. So let's not do that to him. Let me do this real quick. I do want to let you know that on Tuesday, if you've noticed already, I think I put the thumbnail up already. On Tuesday, we're going to have a special guest in the studio. Well, not in the studio, virtually. We have a special guest on Tuesday. Actually, the newly re-elected trustee, Mr. Edward Steve, is going to be coming onto the channel. So looking forward to chopping it up with him. He's looking forward to answering questions and engaging with the audience. So please, 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 please make sure you come up with some good questions. I'll give you a little bit of time. I want to give you some time now and say, hey, let me make sure I got some good questions, because I would love for him to spend that hour. And he's going to introduce himself to us, give us a lot of background on who he is, what he's about, and ultimately, what is the plan? What's the goal? What's the vision for moving Dalton out of this choppy, dare I say, hurricane, shark-infested waters into clearer water? So Mr. Steve is going to be coming on. I'm looking forward to having that conversation with him. So if you don't mind, get yourself some questions. Think of some good questions that you would like to ask. Hopefully I'll be able to bring on as many questions as possible so that we can get a better grip on who Mr. Steve is, what he's about, and ultimately what Team Clean House 2025 plans on doing for Dalton. Because, hey, May will be here soon. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's like May 15th or something like that is Inauguration Day. So all things being considered, Jason House and them, that's your team, Dalton. That's your team. So with that being the case, then I'm looking forward to hearing what they have in store for y'all. What's going to be the future for all of us, actually, all of us undocumented Daltonites. So that should be fun. So Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. Edward Steve will be on. Looking forward to chopping it up with him. That should be a lot of good conversation. And also, I did jump over. Tomorrow is Monday. There will be a Dalton board meeting. Dear Woke Christian has a session meeting tomorrow, so I will not be able to be there unless the session goes quick. If I can get out of here quick, I'm four-wheeling it back over here as quick as I can. But I just know that it starts, my session meeting starts at 6 o'clock. The Dalton meeting starts at 7. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it back in time, but if I can, I will. But otherwise, there's gonna be some great content creators that'll be doing it. If I can, I'll just definitely encourage you all to go check them out, because they're going to be, of course, live streaming it and such like that. There's going to be a lot of, I'm sure it's going to be interesting. So there's that as well. So Monday, tomorrow, there'll be the Dalton meeting. And then Tuesday, we got Ed Steve coming on. And then the rest of the week, we got a lot of fun stuff planned, but I don't want to go too far down the path until we get closer to it. So thank you all, each and every one of y'all who's jumped in with us. Let's get rolling. So what I've done is I've gathered a ton of TikToks. And Marshall, who's, again, I call him Marshall the Plug. He is a fantastic supporter of the channel, and he has helped me out immensely. I owe a debt of gratitude to Marshall like nobody's business. But he comes through, and you can send him an email, say, Marshall, this is what I'm working on. And he will find you TikToks on it. And they're great. So he sent me, I'm not even kidding you, I think he sent me 35, 40 TikToks. I had to tell him, stop. My guy, stop. I'm done. Time out. I'm done. So with that being the case, however, there was a whole wide berth of people talking about these economic blackouts, these boycotts, what they are and what they aren't, when they should happen, and so on and so forth. And I just thought it was really interesting. Make sure he's okay. I just thought it was super interesting because I don't participate in those. I rarely participate in them. I feel like they're not as helpful as people think they are. And then also people have selective memories. People have amnesia. You boycott 1 week, and all I need to do is add a little bit of time to it, and you'll be right back there. Just like we know that everybody's gonna be back at Target. We already know this. This is already a given deal. So even though Jamal Bryant and the the Stillbirth Missionary Event Center Activation Symposium place, I know they're doing a boycott, a fast of Target. They'll be back in Target at Resurrection Sunday. No matter what, all Target's got to do is hold out until Resurrection Sunday, and they're going to be all back up in there buying their stuff. But, Target could be super duper petty, and they could roll out some of the cutest Easter outfits, cutest Easter basket foolishness and such of that nature. And then people will be like, I'm not supposed to go, but hey, could you go buy me this outfit? That's what they're going to do. Again, it's silliness. But then even more than that, because we did pause on this, the reason for the boycotts is totally specious. So we're going to be looking at this DEI. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the boycotts, having a little bit of fun, having a lot of fun at the expense of these people. But let's keep it moving. What's Cost the Chameleon says? I order online from Walmart and then just go pick it up at the store. If I wander the store, I spend more money. There you go. I mean, there's just too many options now. I think you're not supposed to shop at Amazon. You're not supposed to use Amazon as well. Man, come on, man. There's a rare human that doesn't use that doesn't use Amazon. I'm sorry. What else we got? What's up, Boston, man? Grace and peace to you as well. Who turned 21? I missed something, Rebecca. You look like you're in Walmart in the background. Is that Walmart? Is that Target in the background? Watch out. All right, let's get this video in here. Let's get ready to have some fun, everybody. Thank you to the 100 people that are already in the live chat. Just go ahead and hit that like button and jump into the best live chat on the internet. And I would love for you to tell us where you're from. So just real quick, jump in there and just tell us where you're from. Y'all know where I'm at. Y'all know I'm up in that great old Peach State. I should put a peach emoji. That's what I should have done. Yeah. I'll work on it. What's up, Tawana? You in Chicago? Shout out to you. Thank you so much. But I have so much more to show you. Shout out to you all. Thank you so much. Oh, that's the local mall. I love it. All right, let's see. You're in Dalton. I got a lot of people in Dalton. I love it. Uh-oh, they're in the car wash. There you go. Louisiana in the building. Pennsylvania. That's where my in-laws are. There we go. Ohio's in the house. Y'all know Austin, Texas is in the building. I want to check out Austin, Texas. I do kind of want to check it out. That Buckeye country. Absolutely. Ohio. We got Arkansas in the building. There we go. Okay. Costa, I know where you are. Good to meet you. Good to see you as well. All right, let's get this going. West Virginia's in the building. All right, let's dance. Here we go, everybody. I'll be stopping periodically and hear your thoughts as well. Let's get it going. All right. These people at Walmart are not caring. All right, let me zoom this one in. I should have zoomed this one in. I thought this one was should have been a little bit tighter. I should have did a better job on that. Y'all couldn't do just one day? Just one day? That's why they don't take us seriously. Okay. And this is somebody's complaint on, I believe it was Facebook, complaining about why people of color, Black people, were not taking the boycott seriously. I don't take them seriously. But let us continue. By the way, always wanted, holla, they not like us. No, they not like us. You want to know why? Because they stick together. But everything is a joke to us. Well, just so you know, there are many standing strong, and that includes me. Don't be discouraged. Do your part and encourage others. And I'm doing my part and telling everyone else who will listen to us. Don't think they're not out there. We are. Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but I want to let that one tease out because those are only two stills we have. Let's go. Here's the next one. One in the chat when you can hear.
Yo, I'm gonna be real. I respect the fact that y'all entrepreneurs and y'all opening up your own businesses. But as Black people, what we need to stop doing is we need to stop specifying and putting so much emphasis on the fact that it's Black owned. But what y'all don't realize is Black people are the only ones that's gonna feel comfortable coming because you making it known that you Black owned. That's who you want to come there. I would feel like you don't want another race there.
And I want to stop real quick before he gets to the next one. I think this is a huge problem for the highly melanated people. I've not seen a white-owned business that advertises as white-owned. That's in the chronicles and journals, the business journals and such of that nature. The business associations say we're proudly white-owned. We're proudly any other people group owned. It's only Black people that do this. And I don't think we realize how off-putting it is. That it does, in fact, and I've said this before, and there's only a few. I asked this on another show. Can you tell me a product that can only be sold to one ethnic group? Only. And I really think the only one I could come up with is hair relaxers that really truly can market to just one people group and be successful. I can't think of another product that, like, we don't sell it to any other people group. We only market it to one group. The only one I can think of is like hair relaxers. But my point is everything else requires, dare I say requires, or is benefited by other people enjoying it. So I couldn't just have like a Black only barbecue joint. Okay, there's just not enough Black people in my area. That's just not going to work. You don't have a Black only car dealership or car, period. You're going to have to sell to other people. You're going to have to work with other people groups. So why do we do Black only? Black owned business. Why do we do that? For the life of me, I've never understood that. I can't think of, and I had to say, I don't even think it's all hair products. I think, because there's a lot of hair products that other people groups can use. I think relaxers probably could get away with never reaching out to, other people groups. But other ones, I can't think of another one that would work. And why do we do that? It seems counterproductive if you're trying to grow your business and grow your market share. Matter of fact, kind of fun fact, a lot of people are complaining about the whole Target debacle. Well, one of the things about it is that you have to work your way up to being able to sell in Target. You just can't say, hey, I make a product today and tomorrow I'm going to get it sold in Target. So with that being the case, then you would need to work with other people groups in order to get that dare I say groundswell, a little bit of interest in your product before it can get into Target. So you're going to need to sell it to other people. And to me, it makes no sense. It seems so counterproductive. But let's let the young lady go after this. Let's go.
To come there, I would feel like you don't want another race there.
So let me get one thing straight. You went out, shopped, and stocked up on supplies yesterday from the same stores that you're boycotting today? Let me ask that again. You went out, shopped, and stocked up on supplies yesterday from the same stores that you're boycotting today. And you're doing this because of a boycott call to action by Al Sharpton, who, by the way, has profited off of years and years of Black trauma. Not only that, but you're on Instagram and Facebook, two platforms that are owned by Mark Zuckerberg and Meta, who are dismantling DEI policies from their company. Which, by the way, according to the U.S. Department of Labor, DEI does not benefit Black people on such a large scale, like people are making it out to be. Also, you're still on Twitter, the very platform that is owned by the very man who also does not support DEI policies. So you know what I call that? Selective outrage, because it's either you're all in or you're not. So do I think that this boycott is justified? No, I don't. Because again, people have selective outrage. And people are hypocrites. They're going to go right back to the stores that they're boycotting today. From a one-day boycott, by the way. They're going to go right back to those stores that they were shopping at yesterday, preparing for today. My people perish for a lack of knowledge.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree at all. I don't understand it. And I'm trying to be as gracious as I can. Like maybe something about it I don't get, but when you are running around with the people that Booker T. Washington had something fun to say about the Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, the race hustlers. And let me pull this in because I think this is very appropriate for where we are right this second. I should have did it like that. Okay. Let me pull this in real quick and I'll be right back with her. Let's go. What did Booker T say? Let me get me out of the way. First of all, Jason, there's another class of colored people who make a business of keeping the troubles, the wrongs, and the hardships of the Negro race before the public. Booker T. Washington. Let me read it all out because it's really informative. There's another class of colored people who make a business of keeping the troubles, the wrongs, and the hardships of the Negro race before the public, having learned that they are able to make a living out of their troubles. They have grown into the settled habit of advertising their wrongs, partly because they want sympathy and partly because it pays. Some of these people do not want the Negro to lose their grievances because they do not want to lose their jobs. Booker T. Washington, 1865 to 1915. So I've brought this up before, and especially if you are an alumni of a historically Black college or university, why is it that there's so few schools that are named after Booker T. Washington? Why are there so few dorms on any college campus? In any college campus, you will find very few dorms named after Booker T. Washington, but you will find pretty much on every HBCU a dorm named after W.E. Burkhart Du Bois. Just something to think about, especially if you're an alum. I want you to just think about that because I think it's extremely interesting. Why are they always propping up W.E. but not Booker T? It just seems interesting. All right, that selective outrage is real. So let's keep it going. Let's go.
Today, there's a nationwide blackout, a protest, if you will, amongst the Black community, amongst large scale retailers. You know, we're controlling our black dollar, as they say. So let me get this straight. I'm supposed to not get supplies I need from my household just to show retailers that I have economic power.
So
this is and so one of those things I mentioned in my opening was that we have a lot of people who will say, hey, don't go here and don't shop here, but they don't give you an alternative. And so one of the issues that I have with these quote unquote boycotts is that they tell you don't spend your money here, or we need to show our economic power here, which, okay, that's fine. I do think Black people are very, very invested in consumerism. We do spend a lot of money. That's true. But we're not saying, hey, take the money that you don't spend today and put it in a savings account. and see what happens. Take the money when we do these boycotts and we do these don't go out and shop days and all that kind of stuff like that. Take the money that you would have spent today, you would have spent $80, put that in a savings account. To me, that would make much more sense. The long-lasting results of that would be much better. The long-tail results of that would be way better than just saying, hey, hold your breath for one day. I know you like shopping, so go get all your stuff that you need on Wednesday. Don't shop on Thursday, and be back to normal on Friday. That's silliness. All I did was just save the money and then spent the money the next day. Why don't you have systems in place? And this is what my issue I had with Jamal Bryant over at Stillbirth when they were talking about the quote unquote boycott and all that kind of foolishness. I'm like, you don't actually have a system in place to actually fix the problem. If you're saying the problem is Target, you don't have an alternative Target. If you're saying the problem is Amazon, you don't have an alternative shipping project. You don't have that. So maybe, just maybe, you should spend a little bit more time on the actual back office instead of the grandiose spectacle that people look at. Oh, they're Atlanta pastors calling for a boycott. Well, the problem is all those people that work so hard to get their product into Target, and remember, they needed black people to buy their product. Now the black people are not coming to Target to buy their product. Shoot yourself in your foot. We are our own worst enemies. Shout out. Let's go.
I was unaware that it was supposed to be some type of boycott tomorrow. But then after I did my research, I just realized y'all logic is way off. Way off. So you mean to tell me that y'all want to boycott, but you didn't want to boycott when it made sense to boycott? I'm talking about boycott over the last 4 years when we really needed boycotts to happen. Because right now it doesn't make sense to boycott. We need money pouring into the economy. We needed boycotts to happen when our borders was open and illegal people was coming to our country and the government was just giving money away. We needed boycotts to happen when people were being laid off from jobs, not government jobs, but regular schmegular jobs. We needed boycotts to happen when the president kept just sending money over to Ukraine for no fucks. And meanwhile, the rest of us was out here trying to figure out why is he constantly sending money over to these foreign nations. Black people, we needed boycotts to been and happen several times because we continuously seem to have a problem with people who look like us taking each other out in our community if we really want to go there. But ain't nobody doing nothing about that. But yet somehow, some way, we want to sit here and boycott corporate giants. It's giving fake outrage. It's giving that y'all just boycotting because y'all don't like the man that's in office right now. And the sad thing about it is that nobody is joining you but the same people of your party. Probably majority of the liberals who got food stamps, they're not joining you either. Because soon as the first come, they're going to spend those food stamps. I'm just letting you know that right now. Y'all need to get it together. Because I don't know who's leading y'all, but they are leading you guys into a burning house.
Oh, God. All right. Come on, let's talk about it. Come on, let's talk about it. There are, and when we put it on a scale of importance, I feel very comfortable, and I will stand on this, that discussing Target and their hiring practices or what they're going to have on the shelf is very low compared to a myriad of other things that go on in the highly melanated community. I'm sorry, there's no other way you're going to make me say otherwise. We don't care about the fact that we have more of our black babies are born in fatherless homes than our grandparents would have ever imagined. Why are we not upset about that? But you're upset about Target. I'm just saying, I don't think the word selective outrage cannot be used enough in this regard. We don't care about the fact that, and y'all, and I really want somebody to tell me that I'm wrong. If you go to Chicago, also known as Chirac, if you go to Chicago on any given weekend, we can pull up the stats. There are countless young black boys and that are deleted by other black boys. If you look at Chirac the exact same time, you won't find countless numbers of black boys killed by police officers. But if a police officer does kill a black person, y'all want to riot and protest in the street. But you don't riot and protest in the street that we have our young men are so hopeless that they will take the life of another black man over something as simple as petty as they stepped on my shoe. Where's your outrage about that? And do not get me started on the deletion of children. Don't even get me started, because your feelings are not built for that. So when you tell me things like I need to protest because Target isn't hiring or they've changed their hiring practice, which by the way was inappropriate to start with if they were hiring somebody just because of their skin color, not because they actually brought good value to the product, to the store and to the corporation. If they change that, or they're not going to have as much product, or they're going to be a little bit more discriminatory about how they put products on the shelf, and you can't explain to me how those products got onto the shelf, but you're okay with what's going on with the Margaret Sanger buildings down the street from your house, please miss me. I'm not worried about you. You're not serious. You're not serious. There we go. DearWokeC@gmail.com. Let me make sure I put that in the chat so y'all can make sure. Please make sure you email management, because management is always here for your complaints, because you're probably going to complain about what I just said. And I'm perfectly fine with it. So there it is, DearWokeC@gmail.com. All right, let's roll. Let's go. Shout out to Gail. What's going on, Gail? Thank you so much. Super producer. Thank you so much for stopping through tonight. Good to see you. Great mod, as well as a great supporter of the channel. Thank you so much, Gail, for rolling through. All right. I'm going to back this one up just a little bit, because he's making fun of somebody, and I think you all know. Y'all know who this is. Let's go.
Into a burning house.
Oh, God, this is Dr. Kamal Garrison Bryant, Senior Pastor of the True Birth Church here in beautiful Los Angeles, California, but not really. But I came to stand in solidarity with my pastor and my mentor, Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant. Oh God, that pastor, preacher, par excellence, and social provocateur, to decree and to declare that we are joining in with the 40-day Margaret Store fast. Oh God, for the next 40 days, oh God, you're not to go to a Margaret store. Oh God, buy from a Margaret store. Oh God, think a Margaret store. Oh God, even to say, I almost slipped. Oh God, so I want y'all to join me. And if in fact, oh God, y'all see somebody, oh God, any Negroes going into a Margaret store, or coming out of a Margaret store, oh God, y'all please DM me their name. Oh God, here it is, Margaret Stores. Oh God, y'all done faked around. Oh God, but you're about to find out. Oh God, I got to go, please. Here it is, no Margaret Stores. Oh.
Okay.
Why is his glasses upside down? I don't know if he knows why. I don't get the comedy of Margaret Stores. I think that's actually extremely comical in light of what I just said. However, why is his glasses upside down? Oh, man. All right, let's see what we got here. Like, real quick. Target one, the boycott failed. I don't see what the end result was supposed to be. What was the goal of it? Just to see their stock prices go down so that y'all can swoop in and buy more stock at a lower price? What was the purpose? I don't get it. I don't understand. Let me see real quick, because I saw somebody who disagreed with me. All right, what did I see right here? How do you equate single mothers raising a family without a father with boycotting Target? Oh, very simply. We as the Black community don't take marriage and family serious. That's why I'm boycotting it. We don't take it seriously. We don't say, hey, this is something that's important for us. There's no communities that thrive with broken families. It just doesn't work. So therefore, yeah, like I don't think the boycott of Target ever has a goal anyway. I think we should do a lot. And by boycotting, I'm not saying boycott marriages. That's silly. What I am saying is, why are we not making that a priority for our community? Like, yo, we got to start. We don't need to have all these children born without fathers in the home. Period. End of story. Let's continue. Why would you protest a fatherless home? Do you think I'm going to walk around outside protesting outside a home? Do you think that's what I'm talking about? For real? When that is an individual's choice and not a systematic rise. No, it's a choice. And therein is the problem. The problem is many of you all have gotten into this idea that something is a system. No, it's a sin issue. The reason we have crime is because people are sinning against one another, or people are committing the crime. A system doesn't exist without people doing something in the system. If the system gives me permission to do something and it's a sin, guess what? I'm still sinning. If the system gives me permission to do something and it's a crime, guess what? I'm still criminal. I'm doing a crime against you or against somebody else. So no, there's a problem with us. We don't encourage family. That's it. Pick a major city. Pick any major city of your choice. Find the population of the highly melanated people and look at their baby deletion rate. Every major city in the United States has a higher rate of black babies and brown babies that are being deleted than any other people group. But you want me to say that we support family? I'm not saying that there's not dads that are involved in their families. Come on, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that there's a lot of kids that are not being allowed to be born. That's what I am saying. So why don't we protest that? There's more babies being deleted than there are anybody's being taken out by police. So if you're following the logic of what's the most important, I would think that baby deletion would probably be worse. Let's keep this going. Let's go. All right. Did I miss any others? There were some others. I don't think that guy was the guy. Maybe I'm not preaching. I don't think I'm preaching. I've been boycotting since before it was cool, except buying gas. I shop locally, grocery stores and hardware, and I cook all my meals at no fast food. I think that's very smart. There's a lot of good benefits to it. I wouldn't call that a boycott, though. I would just say that I'm just doing what I think is right for you and your family, Gene. And by the way, I think that's a fantastic. There is no way in the world you're going to convince me that I need to watch Roland Martin. Merc Dollar, you might have the wrong show, my guy. You might have the absolute wrong television show. There's no way I'm going to watch Roly Poly. No way. This dude out here shucking and jiving for Hillary Clinton, but then he talks about Snoop Dogg and Nas. Man, come on. Man, come on. I mean, Nelly, please miss me. Please miss me. And you can email me. Here, let me tell you right now. And you can hit me up, dearwokesy@gmail.com, because I'm not for it. I don't care nothing about Roland Martin. This dude is a part of the black bourgeoisie. This dude sat there and lied in y'all faces and told you that Joe Biden was okay. Then he lied in your face and told you that Kamala Harris was a black woman. Come on, man. Come on. You smarter than that. You better than that. You got like a fancy car in your logo. Please stop. Not today. Not today. It's not the one. Let me see. That's it. Lots of good commentary back and forth. I love it. I love it. I mean, we can invest in it, but we could just invest in building up our communities. Instead of looking out and saying other people are doing something to us, how about we just actually admit there's stuff that we've done to our communities. The highly melanated community has been ravaged by the highly melanated community. Ain't nobody keeping you, nobody's making us have this many children born out of wedlock and so many children being munched up in their mother's womb. That's it. I don't care what Roland Martin said. Roland Martin is missing me. I'm sorry, my guy. There's no way you're going to get me to. No, Roland Martin does not have the capital for me to sit there and take him seriously. So it doesn't matter. He sat there and let Tiffany Henry lie in his face. So no, Roland Martin doesn't hold any weight, any sway. So there's the problem. I don't need to listen to him. Let us go. Let us go. Jason, you should probably make it bigger. There we go. Let's go.
So I just want to double check. So we're boycotting a retail store, but we're not boycotting mifepristone. Okay, we're boycotting Target, but we're not boycotting that man that's not your husband. We're boycotting all of these stores and organizations, but we're not boycotting the sin that will keep us out of heaven. Okay, I just wanted to, make sure we was on the same page. Okay.
And there we go. And I'm glad that I got to that point. We got a whole bunch of issues inside of the highly melanated community. And actually every community has them. So I'm not picking on them, but I'm a member of the highly melanated community. So we have a whole bunch of issues that we need to resolve for ourselves. But we're busy looking over that mountain of stuff that's inside our community to look at the molehill in somebody else's community saying that's the reason why we're not successful. Miss me with it. Just miss me. Yeah, I don't. Roland Martin doesn't hold any sway with me. I don't care. There's nothing he can say that will move me except unless he wants to tell me that he's repented of his sins and accepting and believing in Christ alone for his salvation. Maybe I'll listen to what he says there. But anything else that he says, Roland Martin can miss me. I can find that same, even if he told me the truth, even told me the right time of day, I can find it somewhere else. I ain't missing that. I'm not missing it. Let us go. Let us go.
Hey, yo, Al Sharpton protested black men voting for Trump. Al Sharpton protested the decline of, or the end of DEI at Walmart. Al Sharpton protested everything under the sun. But when it's right at his front door, not a peep from Al Sharpton. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Well, let me tell you something. Joy Reid was fired from MSNBC. Al Sharpton's on MSNBC. Why didn't he protest them? Think it's not illegal yet.
I want you obsessing about DEI.
All right, real quick. And I do want to jump. I appreciate that. Where is the outrage for the things that, Al Sharpton could protest that affect the community directly? The self-preservation issues that we just kind of overlook because we're worried about Walmart or what Target is doing or what some company out in another place is doing, but not what's going on our own block. Where is that outrage? Where is that vitriol? Where is that? I haven't heard Al Sharpton say anything about what's going on as it relates to the Margaret Sanger locations in every black community, every last one of them. But Al Sharpton seems to be mute about that. But hey, he didn't have any problems. No problems going in Costco, doing some performative art, some performative dance, walking through the aisles. But he has nothing to say about all the liquor stores that are in our communities. Does he ever go to council meetings? Does he ever go to board meetings for the towns and raise Cain about why they give business licenses freely to all of these liquor stores, all these payday loan locations? Does he do that? I'm just wondering. Because otherwise, then why am I protesting Walmart and Target, but I'm not doing something directly that affects my neighborhood, my community? I'm just wondering, just asking questions. And so I'm not just saying, hey, I didn't participate in the protest, but here we go right here.
I want you to be focusing on DIY. Do it yourself. I like math. It doesn't have an opinion. You've heard me say it a million times if you follow me. Here's why I don't want you obsessing about it. We're not even prioritized. Black people are not even the priority of DEI. Why are we getting so riled up? I understand that people think it's signaling. And here's why I want you obsessing about this. We're 5th on the list. Did you hear me? We're 5th on the list. Number 1, women. Number 2, Hispanics and Latinos. Number 3, people with disabilities. LGBT community is number 4 on the list. African Americans are number 5. Okay, then you have Indigenous and Native American Indians and the James Brown version of affirmative action. Open the door, I'll get it myself. Okay, so this gets even better, all right? So let me tell you who tops off with industries for DE&I. Again, I'm saying don't complain about this. Move on to something else. We can win when we focus on the green. We focus on economic excellence, or just excellence and economic achievement, and we can do it. We've always done it. We've been doing so much with so little, with so long. We can almost do anything with nothing. Stop playing this game. Go raise your children, pay your mortgage, pay your car note, volunteer with your city council, volunteer with your school board, go to parent-teacher night, ignore the noise and go on about your business and build your life.
Okay, that's my point. There's so many things, because I guarantee you there are so many aspects of our own homes that are not in alignment, that are not taken care of, but we weren't about Target and going to Target's TikTok page and skewering them, or going to Walmart and boycotting them. But what about the things right now that you can handle? That's the problem. There are a lot of things that we can take care of in our own communities. We don't need to go look at Target, because I guarantee you, if we got ourselves straightened up in some other areas in our own communities, there would be a ripple effect in Target. There would be a ripple effect in Walmart, because you know what? We'd be sending better people out there to actually work. And we're not worried about you getting a DEI hire. We want you. I'm going to be the best that I can be. But see, we don't do that. We're worrying about all this ancillary stuff that makes no sense at all. Let's finish this up. Let's go.
But just for the facts, the number 1 beneficiary in technology of DE&I are women, particularly in STEM. In finance and banking, the number 1 beneficiary of DE&I are women. Again, I've already said, I'll say it again, it's mostly white women. So if somebody is racist about this, they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're hitting, their face against our fist or something. It's ridiculous. And women are a third of the U.S. economy, so we shouldn't be holding them back. We should be lifting them up. Finance and banking, I think I just mentioned that. Women, education. Get this, first generation college students. That includes white men. So if your parents didn't go to college, DE&I programs at colleges were set up to make that sure that first generation college student can get into college. Anyway, don't bother me with the facts. I've already made up my mind. Some people are saying healthcare in the medical fields. Women, okay? Government and law. Check this out. Veterans. Why are we jamming up veterans? I have no words. Okay, you get the point. Move on, carry on, going about your life. Like this is just, it's been weaponized. It's a game. It's over. DEI is over. It's been weaponized. It's been made into something ridiculous. Let's just go on about our business. But we can excel, all right? We can excel. We can do this because we are God's child and we're made to win. So let's go do it. Let's go prove that we're good enough. See you at the finish line.
Okay, so I just want to ask, what did he say that was a lie? What did my man say that was a lie? I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but what did he say that wasn't true? What did he say that wasn't true? That the stats, that black people not prioritized, that they were literally like fourth or fifth on the DIE hierarchy? What did he say that wasn't true? That these particular industries benefit from DIE? What did he say that wasn't true? That we can't go out and succeed? All we got to do is go out there and put our nose down and get at it? Did he say anything that wasn't true? That's what I want to know. Did he say something that was a lie? Did he lie anywhere? Any lie detected, as my kids would say? Did he?
It's because we are God's child and we're made to win. So let's go do it. Let's go prove that we're good enough. See you at the finish line.
So y'all organizing and y'all boycotting Target, and every Democrat voted nay on no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime. And y'all running around here rallying around, boycotting Target for the DEI. But while you boycotting Target, boycott the Democrats that stole your money and then voted nay on no tax on tips.
So can we discuss the hypocrisy in this DEI economic blackout that was supposed to be happening yesterday? Like, for real, my people are the biggest hypocrites I've ever seen in my life, yo. We want diversity, equity, and inclusion in everybody's business around here. But when it comes to black business, I ain't never seen a black business supporting DEI. Like, we only market and brand to each other. People will come on TikTok introducing their new black business. And, oh, I opened up a restaurant over here in Orange County and we serve sandwiches and juices and, oh yeah, it's black owned. Like, what if we heard all of these other places talking about, well, I just opened up my new location, it's white owned. Y'all would be out here trying to start a riot because they said that. Not to mention, we sitting around upset about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but stores such as Target and Walmart, they carry black products within inside their store. Mm-hmm. If there is a hair product or a skincare product that someone enjoyed and they wanted to manufacture it at a high level, they went to Walmart and Target and got a deal with them, and Walmart and Target did it.
I just want to add, I'm going to jump on this part as well. And I said this about Jamal Harrison Bryant and Stillbirth's phony fake, whatever you want to call it, protest. We don't have systems in place that actually run competition against Target, run competitions against Amazon, run competitions against that. So therefore, by saying something, because remember, Bryant told people, if your product is in Target, to get it out of Target so you can ship it from home and whatnot. That's literally what he was saying. And most people realize like that doesn't work like that. Target actually bought those products. So you can't just say, oh, these are mine, and I'm gonna go to every Target in my neighborhood and take them off the shelf. You can't do that. But we also don't have in place even a shipping. Like there's not even a near competitor to Amazon to ship. So if I brought all my products home and I filled up my basement and garage full of these products and such of that nature, I can't even get them out to the people without using another system. But we don't have that system in place. But it would have been so much easier if it was just on the shelf and they could just walk in and pick it up when they need it and go on about their business. This is the long thought process that I don't think goes into these kind of boycotts. They're knee-jerk reactions. They're not meant to be, I don't think they're meant to be successful. In my opinion, I don't think they're meant to be successful. I think they're meant to cause a stir. They're meant to get people rallied up, because all you got to do is drop one little word in there, racism, and you're going to get a certain people group to go move heaven and earth for you, even though they benefit none from it. Black people don't benefit from DEI, but we're moving heaven and earth. We out here crashing out, and other people is like, yeah, y'all go ahead and crash out. Y'all go ahead and crash through the wall, and we'll walk on in because we're going to let you do that. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's go.
Like, if that's not diversity, equity, and inclusion, I don't know what else is. So what we do in return is we shoot ourselves in the foot. The very people that's putting our products on the shelf to help us grow our brand and our businesses, we're on here talking about let's stop going there and supporting the business. So while you're not supporting Target, you're not supporting other small black businesses that market and distribute through Target and Walmart. That makes sense. Let's dig a little bit deeper into this. What is the purpose of all of this boycotting of these retail stores? Like, let's say they do go out of business. I want to know how many of you or how many of us have a plan to replace these businesses with something bigger, larger, and more productive to help the economy. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all ninjas get on my nerves. Like, it just amazes me that when it comes to ignorant things, y'all be happy to jump on the same boat with each other and try to carry this mess out. But if it was something positive, like, I don't know, let's build and put our money together and create our own organizations. We can't find nobody to come together and do that mess, though. So what exactly is the purpose of the blackout again? Because let's say it actually worked and we happen to put all these retail businesses out of business. How do you suggest we eat? Where do you suggest we get more clothes from for our children that's growing? Like, where do you work to make more money if you're putting all these businesses out of business? Y'all be really talking some nonsense, yo.
Before he goes on, and I'm going to keep bringing up stillbirth because I think stillbirth is just a perfect example, and I'm here to keep causing chaos with them. So outside of stillbirth's campus is a Walmart, literally like a mile. And then I found out about 3 miles away, give or take, is a Target. Now, let's just say for laughs and giggles that they were successful in shutting down the system. Remember, Jamal Bryant said they're going to break the back of the system, right? And they did shut those places down. We're not just only talking about the people that were selling their products in Target. We're talking about the people that actually work at Target. So all those people that work, and they're in a black part of town. So it's very possible that a high level of employees at that Walmart and that Target, respectfully, are black people, brown people, highly melanated, right? So they just now lost their jobs. What are you going to do, Jamal? What are you going to do? Their hours got cut. What are you going to do now? Because this huge y'all have seen these Walmarts. They're humongous. Y'all have seen these super Targets and such like that. They're gigantic. And so there's a lot of people, let's just say 400, maybe 500 employees easily in some of these places. That would be 1,000 people that are out of work now. That maybe went to your church that were giving funds to actually allow you to be able to say the dumb stuff that you say, Jamal Bryant. But now they don't have jobs because you successfully shut down Target, crashed Walmart. And that's just in your community that's going to be a problem. What about the countless other communities that have Walmarts and Targets and the such? What is that? Walmart Market and all the other things that Walmart's tentacles are in, all the other things that Target's tentacles are in, because now we're looking at the distribution and now they're completely scuttled. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like these things are not well thought out. This dude is not talking about Tulsa riots. You are not talking about Tulsa riots. Please, please, please. Matter of fact, you know what? How about this one, though? I will drop the link for you, and you can come on. You must have your camera on. You must not use profanity. You must stay on topic, and we can talk about that. Do you want to do it? I'll drop the link, because we only got a few minutes left on this, and I'll gladly talk with you about that. Just let me know. Let's dance. Let's go.
Y'all black people are falling for it again. Y'all falling for it again. So I guess many of y'all broke black people about to be out there with y'all not buying nothing, not buying toothpaste, not buying groceries. And y'all did the same thing with Black Lives Matter. Y'all are a pawn in the Democrats' hand. Y'all are a pawn in the left's hand, the radical left. Democrats, you are black people. You are a pawn again. They manipulate you with race every 4 years. Every year they manipulate you over and over and over and over again.
Black people, why? Why? Why do we keep letting the Al Sharptons of the world tell us what to do? Why do you keep letting them have us be the face of these movements, but nothing gets done in our communities? Why? Why do we not care about the test scores? Why do we not care about the women hating the men? Why do we not care about the economic gap? Why don't we care about these things? DEI is not going to fix that, okay? It's not because of DEI. It's because of the lack of accountability that black people are taking in their own community. We're not taking accountability for the things that are happening in our community. We want to boycott this shit, which I do agree. We should be boycotting McDonald's and all fast foods because it's disgusting and it's not real food. But as far as boycotting, let's go boycott the dudes on the corner in our neighborhood. Let's go boycott the people that are selling drugs and the people that are shooting people. Let's go boycott that. Let's go boycott the ghetto behavior. Let's go boycott the disgustingness coming out of these homes. Let's boycott stuff like that. Stop doing this. Stop letting them use you like emotional slaves. This is ridiculous. Not to mention, white women should be the ones boycotting, if anything. They benefited the most from DEI. So let's stop with the, please.
Okay. Tell me, I'm willing. Just tell me where the lie was. Are our test scores where they need to be? Are our reading scores, our graduation rates where they need to be in our communities, in the black community? Are our numbers where they want to be? I'm just wondering. But we weren't about Target. We weren't about Walmart or Amazon. But what about, where's Al Sharpton's complaint about the fact that, again, how many schools in New York are failing? How many schools in Chicago are failing? Where is the outrage about that? I'm just wondering. See, that's what I'm saying. Like there's a level of accountability that we don't want to accept. We don't want it. We do not want to accept that we are accountable for our issues. We want to blame it. We want to shuttle it off to somebody else. We want to give it to somebody, make it somebody else's responsibility, and don't want to say, hey, we are accountable for this. We could talk about 25 different areas that we as black people have no problem with. We got no problem with it. But let some white person do something and all of a sudden we all up in a tizzy, losing our minds and going crazy. But we don't have any problem with the stuff that we do. And these are our issues. And that's the thing. We don't want to accept that these are our issues and that we have to deal with. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. I started earlier talking about the fact that so many of our children are born in fatherless homes. That's our issue. There's nothing to do with a white person. We need to have a conversation about that. No community has thrived in a situation with fatherless homes. I'm sorry, it just happened. And you can't tell me that they're thriving now because we are looking at the byproduct of fatherless homes. Stop, please. Just be honest with yourself. That's all. I mean, I see tons of comments and there's a lot of things in there that we don't deal with. We're not willing to deal with this issue. We're not willing to deal with the immorality and the promiscuity in our communities. We're not willing to say that. But then you come over and you're mad in your feelings and you got the nerve and audacity to be talking about something that happened 50, 60, 100 years ago, but you're not talking about what's happening right now. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're like, let's get back. Let's get to the brass tacks. There's nothing that the Tulsa race riots did that stopped me, that's causing Lil Ray Ray to lay down with Shaniqua and give us Pookie. Ain't nothing that the race riots had to do with that. So why are we not discussing that? Let's be honest. Let's keep it going. Let's go. We're almost done. We're almost done. And I'll literally, hey, you're welcome. Come and tell me I'm wrong. But this young lady has something to say about that.
We boycotting everything but sin. We protesting on behalf of everything but righteousness. We got to get it together.
I'm on my way. I'm at the drive-thru right now getting me some, because I knew that y'all wasn't going to boycott. Listen, I was at the gas station earlier because it's stupid and I ain't doing it. And guess what I saw? A lot of black folk at the gas station. A lot of them, more than usual. And so this whole boycott is a joke. What are y'all boycotting for? Y'all don't boycott for black folk killing each other. The only time y'all boycott is when the Democrats tell y'all to. Only time y'all get mad is when the Democrats tell y'all to. Y'all don't boycott for no other reason. Y'all slaves to the Democrats. I ain't boycotting nothing because everything that this president is doing is for the betterment of us. And DEI ain't helping no black people. We don't need it. So y'all just silly.
Man, I'm so excited for this Friday's boycott. I'm sticking it to the man. What do you mean, Friday boycott? What are you talking about? We're protesting against Donald Trump and all the corporate hegemons. So you're not going to buy anything on Friday? Yep, it's going to hurt them real bad. But you just bought 7 boxes of frozen burgers, 6 cases of beer, and 20 boxes of frozen dinners. That's more than you've ever purchased ever. Well, yeah, I got to stock up before the boycott kicks in. What's so funny? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, what? We're sticking it to the man. So you're tanking the economy by giving them all your money before you don't? Shut up, Dave.
Look out, Democrats. We don't have a black president, a so-called black vice president. One of the best golfers in the world is black. We got black entertainers, billionaires. Say, man, what the hell is y'all so mad at white folks for, man? I mean, I don't get this here. There's Al Sharpton, Roland Martin, Jan McCracken. What the hell is y'all so mad at white folks for, man? Let me give you a secret, man. Some of y'all educated people. Nobody that was in slavery is alive today. Anybody that was involved with slavery ain't alive today. But y'all still mention ain't got no reparations. Well, I'm serious. Where is all this anger and animosity come from? From the Democratic Party. And see, why you losing people, man, is that all you spew is rape. I'm so sick of Al Sharpton. See, some of you youngsters, man, we've been hearing Al Sharpton for years. You know, going around looking like an obese prince. We are tired of hearing it.
Can we talk about this whole economic blackout thing for today? And can I tell y'all why it's bothering me? And this is me personally, okay? So everybody's like, oh, don't spend no money today. Don't shop with no big businesses today, right? We need to stand up. We need to make a change. We need to do something different. But the moment somebody tells you to stop sinning and listen to the word of God and obey the word of God, it's, oh, no, you're judgmental. You're this, you're a problem. And no, we're not going to listen to you. But y'all want me to listen to y'all and not spend no money? Y'all want us to create change by not spending money, but y'all don't want to create change by changing within first? Because before we can acknowledge that these businesses and these stores are the problem, can we first see the problem within us? I get it, y'all want to make a change, but can we make some real change? Can we change our character? It said the system was designed to exploit us, and sin was designed to remove us from God, to separate us from the love of Christ. And so the true change is going to start on the inside, not on the outside.
There are black people in this country who are against DEI, contrary to popular opinion. The question today is, what is the fruit of DEI? Has it fostered unity in school districts in Texas? No. Has it improved reading scores in Texas? No. Has it improved math scores in Texas? No. Has it improved SAT test scores in Texas? No. Has it cost us a lot of money? Yes. So what has DEI produced? Nothing but confusion. 1 Corinthians 14:33 says that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. And so instead of us hiding behind the misnomer of DEI leveling the playing field, it's time for us to wipe the black face off of DEI. DEI purports that it benefits blacks and brown people in America, but it doesn't. It really only opens up opportunities for people who are driven towards trans-zealot ideologies. My hope and prayer is that we can get back to reading, writing, and arithmetic and remove content that is mentally our children.
And just like that, we're done. Thank you so much for that, y'all. That was good. Thank you, Gail. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just put myself out there. You can come on if you disagree with my position on DIE, any of that situation. You're welcome to come on. All I ask is one, that you have your camera on. I ask that 2, we use no profanity here, and 3, I ask that you stay on topic. We ain't dancing all the way down we're not going all the way down the yellow brick road. If you come on here to talk about what Target boycotts, then that's where we're going to stay. Whatever. But I would love for you to just help me out. Tell me that I'm wrong. I mean, I'm glad. I know you're going to tell me I'm wrong, but I'm absolutely welcome to it. So that is it. But I want to just pinpoint the last couple of TikToks, I guess they're called TikToks, or segments that jumped in. And one of the things that I want to point out is that you don't hear us saying that we're boycotting sinful, inappropriate, irresponsible behavior, because that is a personal thing that we have to deal with. It's so much easier to say the issue is outside of me, when actuality, in all honesty, the issue is right inside. It's me. I'm the sinner. I'm the one that's the problem. The issue is not that whether or not Target will hire me or whatever that nature. That's not the issue. The issue is me. The issue is you. And we don't want to admit that and say, hey, this is where the problems, actually the genesis of the problem really starts with me. We don't want to say that. We don't want to say that. We want to bring up some nebulous systems. We want to bring up some ethereal cabal that, I'm not saying that there's not some tinfoil every now and then. A good conspiracy is good, but we want to bring up these cabals and all that kind of stuff like that. Not just say, the issue is me. The issue is us. We are the problem. We're not without fault, and there is the rub. Because we are sinners, because we are flawed, and because we are in a great need for a savior, we don't actually have the ability to create a system that would work well, because we're the problem. Like, it doesn't matter how good the system would work. You bring us into it, you bring me into it, I bring you into it, it's flawed. So on paper, the system isn't the problem, it's the sinner. That's the problem. That's why I say it's not these systems. You're not going to bring down, if you got rid of Target, you got rid of Walmart today, guess what? You got all these unemployed sinners running around here out there doing sinner stuff. Just like they were doing sinner stuff when they were at Walmart, just like they were doing sinner stuff at Target. DearWokeC@gmail.com. Are you talking about DIE as a whole or just as it pertains to people of color? As a whole. I don't see any value in it. I've made the argument before that we are assuming that we can determine what is a proper mix of diversity. That we, as people, we know what is the proper mix of diversity. We know what is the proper outcome that should come from my effort versus your effort, Ms. Davis, or my effort versus somebody else's effort. We know what that outcome should be. And of course, we know what should be the result, the equitable result. That's actually 100% false. I call DEI the unholy trinity of critical race theory. No, we don't have that ability. And we don't have that ability because God is sovereign. He has chosen where people will be and how they will move. What will be the end result? That is on him. So we are ultimately saying that we know better. Example being, if there were, again, we can talk about if there was an ethnic group and they were all working in a certain area, we know better than the fact that God has chosen these people work there or be in this area. We know better. So therefore they must not. And then also, let's just be honest. You don't see anybody saying, hey, it's wrong for there to be a black only institution. It's always, DEI is always used and weaponized toward another people group. You never see, hey, there's too many black people that work in this black business. There's too many black people or too many Mexican people or any other people group. It's always too many white people. Just something to think about. But feel free. Hey, I'm gonna drop that link again. Gail dropped it in the chat. Set me straight. Come on, I'm fine with it. Dark Prayer says, when I go for a brain surgery, I want the best qualified brain surgeon there is, period. There you go. Absolutely. Once you go under that anesthesia, all the other bets are off. You just want the best capable hands that are going to be doing this very engaging surgery. You want the best capable hands. You don't care. You don't care. You don't. Let me see some of these comments I got earlier. All right. Yeah, and I dropped the link, so you're welcome to come on. All right, what we got here? We did the bill and it started to thrive. Remember Tulsa race riots? I've already talked about that. I mean, please, what look at Chicago right now, Detroit right now, Michigan, anywhere in Michigan. Just show me where the Tulsa race riots are prevalent in Philly right now. Show me where the Tulsa race riots have any impact in Memphis. Black people don't benefit from DIE. I agree. We've already gone over the stats. We see the stats. White women benefit from it far more than black people. So why are we out there crashing out? Let white women crash out. If they want to crash out about DIE, let them crash out about it. Let them go protest and do all this stuff. And we'll just sit back and watch. Like, why do we have to be engaged in it if it doesn't benefit us primarily? I don't understand. I don't think we should even have it. So there's that rub as well. What do we have here? Distribution at this scale is monumental. You just can't do it at home. Yeah, that whole foolishness that Jamal Harrison Bryant was saying, like, that doesn't even make sense. You're not going to be able to distribute from your crib at the same level and scale that you would if your product was at Target or at Walmart or any other national chain, maybe even a regional chain, for crying out loud. If you got your product in Kroger, I don't think they got Kroger's on the West Coast, but if you got your product in Kroger and you're able to, sell your spaghetti sauce in Kroger, I mean, that's a big come up. You're not doing that at home. You're just not going to be able to do it. And we don't have a system in place. There's not even a system to even help in that regard. So you're going to still need the U.S. Postal Service or DHL or FedEx or UPS. You're going to still need them. And I'm sure they're probably next week, we're going to be protesting them. What do we got here? Anyone that supports the baby deletion should research the history of Margaret Sanger. People have been sold a bill of goods. I've done multiple shows on Margaret Sanger, MLK and Margaret Sanger, the whole nine. Yeah, and I agree 100%. Matter of fact, I did, if the mods can drop it, I did a video on MLK and him receiving the first ever Margaret Sanger Award, which is crazy. Like, what are we doing? It's just bananas. Okay, let me see here. Jump back in here. In terms of the disabled, we already have the Americans with Disabilities Act. Y'all already know. I haven't even finished your comment. It simply gives them the job that they are not qualified for, but are given because they are disabled. That is still DIE, and I agree. My mother, y'all already know, is a polio survivor, and she worked hard. She worked for Bell Laboratories, which later became Lucent, later on became AT&T, and she worked there for many years, and then she became a realtor. And all of what she did, again, American Disabilities Act was already in play. So we didn't need any other system to say, well, if you're disabled, you need to get this benefit. You need to be able to be offered these services or whatever. American Disability Act was already in play. And she was pretty good at what she was doing. So what was the purpose of that? And we did see what happened. And thank you so much, Rebecca. We did see in Los Angeles, they openly supported and promoted DIE and their fire department, for crying out loud. How did that work out for LA County? I'm just asking questions. But I think the plot is being lost here. And I would say that because most of us, especially on the East Coast, you're familiar with Publix. Publix goes above and beyond to hire persons who are developmentally delayed or have some disability, like to be baggers, cart wranglers, stockers. And they do a magnificent job at that. You don't need DIE to do that. They just say, hey, this is a job that's primarily going to be anytime I go into this Kroger, there's a young man, this Publix, there's a young man there that is clearly being given this opportunity because of his disability. And that's fantastic. But they just say, like, these jobs are going to be primarily for this type of person, maybe like first time kids that are getting their first job, and people have this delay. And this guy's been working there for quite some time. And it's perfectly fine. I don't see any problem with that. Your mom worked at Bell? Yeah, Bell Labs. That was it. Absolutely. I mean, I think at the end of the day, Tiffany, this is where one of the problems kind of lands, is that we're no longer believing that God is actually sovereign and actually provides for us. We must do everything in our power to provide for us. And it's not like, hey, I just work hard and the Lord will bring the outcome. No, it's I need to work hard because there is no other outcome coming. And I think that's going to be the problem. Okay, Target, and he was a better employee than 90% of the other employees. Okay. Yeah. So therefore he earned his meat. He earned his salt. I don't understand what the problem is. No, he did what everyone else was expected to do. Okay. I don't think we're saying anything different. Are you saying that because what was this, a target? Are you saying, Ms. Davis, that because it's a target, they wouldn't have hired him if it wasn't for DIE? Is that what we're saying? I don't understand. If I'm not getting at what are we doing? Because at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, if they're a good employee, if this young man right here has the mettle to do the job at Target or Publix or wherever, fill in the blank, why would a company not want to hire him? This is also the other question I always ask people. If we're saying that companies are in business to make money, they're big bad corporations, the capitalist system, that means they want to make money, right? So why would they not hire the most qualified candidates to do the job in their company that's going to help them make the most money? So you're telling me that a company will knowingly overlook a qualified candidate because of their skin color? That's what I'm supposed to believe. But they're in business to make money. Okay. That's what I'm supposed to believe. Okay, got you. Y'all go ahead and protest then. A 20-year-old black male student at Southern University is now deceased. What tragic loss in black people? DIE wasn't a contributing factor. Black males were. Where's the outcry? I don't know. This is the issue that I mentioned earlier. Like, this is a self-accountability issue. This is a community outrage issue. Why are we not upset about it? But again, let it have been a less melanated person that was responsible for the death of this young man at Southern University. Let that be the case. We'd be out in the streets acting a fool, but we don't act a fool when we do it. That's the problem. That's where I am running. I don't get it. I don't get where the outrage is. And the young lady said it earlier, selective outrage. You can be upset about something, but you're not upset about it all the time. So therefore, it's only when it benefits you, only when you can utilize it, or dare I say weaponize it, do you actually get upset about it. Therein is the rub. Rebecca says this: I have 2 adult kids with autism. In my state, we have programs in place for people with disabilities. They assist them in training and work with employers. Please forgive me. So it doesn't sound like you need DIE to get for your children to find employment, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm understanding this correctly, because there were already systems in place that would help them with that. There we go. Thank you so much, Courtney Peach. Courtney Peach has set me straight, because Edward Steve is technically not he's technically not the trustee yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and say he's a trustee already. I'm just going to say it because I've looked at the slate of other candidates. I don't see other candidates. I'm not here to just pick fights, but I'm sorry. But what did she say? He's not newly reelected yet. They won the primary, so he will have to win in the April election. FYI, I'm behind. No problem, Peach. I know what you mean. You're correct. I'm just forecasting it, and such like that. But I would love. I'm looking forward to. By the way, if you did jump in and you didn't hear, we're gonna have Edward Steve, the primary winning trustee for Dalton. He's gonna be on the show on Tuesday. We're gonna have a Tuesday 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:00 Central. And we're just going to have a good conversation. We talked on the phone today. I'm really looking forward to introducing you to him. If you haven't already heard him, he's been on lots of different channels and lots of different programs and such like that. But I just want to give him a chance to introduce himself and who he is and ultimately what he wants to bring and see happen in Dalton. And maybe give like a little, you don't have to give us the whole breakdown, but give us a little bit of understanding how they plan on day 1, day 10, day 100, how they plan on moving Dalton out of this shark-infested waters into smooth harbors. So that's what's going to happen on Tuesday. So thank you so much for that. All right, let's see. Thank you so much, Rebecca. We're going to get them likes up if you don't mind. Help your brother out for sure. Oh, thank you, Boston man. Thank you so much. I appreciate the insight. Well, thank you so much, friend. And yeah, one more time, I'm going to drop this link in the chat if anybody wants to set me straight. You feel like I might be wrong, which is perfectly fine. Got to have your camera on. Must refrain from using profanity. And then, of course, lastly, let's stay on topic for sure. Correction says this: Ed is a good brother for Dalton, Illinois. Lucifer's daughter was defeated by God. She's being placed back in the sealed pit. I got you. I appreciate you. Correctional officer for lockdown. That's a wild name. I appreciate the name and I appreciate the comment for sure. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow. I really am kind of disappointed that I have a session meeting, but like I said, I'll be two-wheeling the Hellcat back here as soon as I get free, as soon as I can. I'm supposed to give a presentation too. So I'm like, goodness gracious, man, I can't even phone it in. That would be crazy if I Zoom called it. That'd be crazy. But no, I have a meeting, so that's all good. All right. They just aren't put all the media behind because it would destroy the false narrative that we don't care what happens in our community. I feel like I missed something. Oh, here's a. There are groups out here who are holding our community accountable. Okay. I'm from Detroit. There's a group called the New Era Detroit that does the very thing you're speaking of. Okay. Hey, for real though, Joshua, no, not even being funny. Send me some information about it. I would gladly do a show highlighting New Era Detroit. Absolutely. Because I don't want to just say that, only talk down about these silly, ridiculous boycotts and don't give shine. So my email is right here. Email dearwokec@gmail.com. Please, if there's some information or you know somebody that says, hey, Jason said he would love to talk to y'all. Absolutely. So now the sentence makes sense. He says here, they just don't put all of it in the media because it would destroy the false narrative that we don't care what's happening in our community. Absolutely. I would love if it's something, Joshua, that you have a relationship with or somebody you can connect me with or just some information. I'll just talk about it and have that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. So people know about this. Okay. Yeah. Hey, for real. Same thing with Chicago. I know there's like Chicago Red that's been giving Brandon Johnson fits. So, if you just know of other people groups that are doing something positive and, to contradict this narrative that we're not doing enough in our communities, I'd gladly give shine to them and talk about it. If it's an interview, if they've done some projects, we can highlight it on the video, whatever, articles written about them, fill in the blank. Because again, it's not just, boycotts don't work, but I think we need to do things that are self-accountable, that are showing and demonstrating that we are concerned about the real issues that are in our community and other communities as a whole. It's not just the highly melanated community. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Yeah, do that. If you don't mind, Joshua, help me out. I would love to hear about it. All right, what did Bruce say? Okay, lots of good commentary back, lots of good family reunion popping off. I love when y'all are in the chat talking back and forth, communicating with one another. It's always good, always dope to see. And I do want to say again, while we are rounding these bases, I want to say thanks to all of you all. February was fantastic. So many great new people added to the DWC Nation, to the gang, if you will. Lots and lots of good conversation back and forth. I'm probably going to do a video explaining some of the numbers because it was a great month. It was lots of good conversation, lots of great videos, fantastic response to that. So I'm hoping to start this month off of March doing the exact same thing. Lots of good content and such of that nature. So always looking forward to engaging with you all. So definitely let me know what you all are thinking about it. So matter of fact, let's go and get them green hearts in the chat. I ain't seen green hearts in a while. So let's just flood them green hearts in the chat and such of that nature. And yeah, we don't have to worry about that, Bruce. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. New Era, let me see real quick. New Era, Detroit are not to be played with. They are a real deal and will expose an agent quickly. Okay. All right, well, there we go. And there's my green hearts. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I got you as soon as they as soon as this live is over, again, Jason, I may not agree fully with you, but I appreciate the work that you do. We're not always going to agree, but it's all about the dialogue about solutions. And that's absolutely, I want to point that out. There's a high probability that there's no way in the world we're going to always agree on everything. So therefore, I do accept differing or varying ideas. So there you go, Joshua, right there. So I think that's where the success is. I think success is in the fact that we can give and take. We realize there's a problem. You might want to solve it one way. I want to solve it another way. We come together, come up with a new way to solve it. And both of us are pleased because the problem is solved. It doesn't have to be like, well, I got to get it solved because my way, but rather because the problem gets solved. Therein is the rub. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, definitely, please, Joshua, please, if there's something that I can read, something I can learn about, interact with them, have them come on the channel, all that kind of good jazz. I would love to say, hey, here is an example of what I'm talking about. When I say the protests don't work because they're not holding people accountable, but this group is holding people accountable and such of that nature. I'd love to be able to do that. Al Sharpton will not dare try to meet with you here in Detroit. I would pay for that to happen. I'm from what I'm reading from you all, I'm getting the vibe that, yeah, Al's going to stay. Definitely, he's not going to deal with them with a 10-foot pole. Absolutely. That's what I'm picking up from that for sure. But y'all, I want to say thanks again for y'all rocking with me. Now, the video, if you like it, I'm going to put it up on YouTube. It'll be matter of fact, I'll make it available right now. And if you like my little TikTok montage, jump over and check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Of course. Make sure you comment about it as well. I do want to talk one more thing about, make that available right now. It is hot right now. So go over and check it out when we get done. I want to say also thank you so much for your support of what we've been talking about as it relates to Dalton and such like that. I am going to expand out. There are some other counties, not other counties, but other towns up there as well as here in Georgia. We got some problems here in Atlanta as well. So I'll be talking a little bit more about it. So I really appreciate how you all have jumped in and become the undocumented Daltonites, the unofficial South Fulton residents, all that kind of good jazz like that. I really appreciate it. So thank you all for doing that. Thank you so much for jumping in and helping on the live streams, being a part of the best live chat on the internet. And I'm looking forward to, again, we have a lot to talk about. We have lots to look at the rest of this month. Dalton has that election on April 1st. And of course, all the fallout from there. And of course, how the new administration is going to be moving. So we got a lot to talk about there, but then also here in Georgia, here in other places as well. So I really appreciate y'all for helping us out again. Let me see. I agree, Wendy. I agree. Before we start, for example, before we start boycotting major places where people get resources from and supplies from, why don't we have stores and such of that nature in place for them to have an alternative? So if we're going to say, hey, stop going to Walmart, but you're going to go to Lidl or you're going to go to Aldi, then we need to make sure that they're stocked up, ready to go, because if we have an influx of people, there's going to be a problem there. And then people are going to say it's easier to just go back to Walmart if that be the case. But even more than that, why are you blocking up Walmart? Why are you saying don't go to Walmart? What is the nature behind not going there? And if that be the case, then what is your, for lack of a better term, what's the spirit behind why you don't want to go to Walmart and such of that nature? Just because you've bought into a false narrative, or is there something greater or something different? That would be a question I would ask. DWC, you have a great platform. Salute to you, my good brother. What, your house as well? Whoa, you're a house dropout. No, brother, I'll still accept you. Couldn't afford to stay and finish. I understand. I totally understand. But look, we still respect you, brother. Grace and peace, man. Thank you so much for being a part of it. All right. New to your show. Really like your style. Looked at the last few shows, a few past shows. We'll follow you for sure. Well, thank you so much, Renee. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the best live chat on the internet. We're glad to have you. So I'm trying to figure out, I hear President Firstborn. She has been, they've had school play this whole weekend. So they had Friday, had it yesterday, and they had it today. And apparently it was pretty good. My wife said that this was probably the best one that they've done. So this is President Firstborn's last play. So she's going to college next year. So Chief Executive Secondborn, this is her first one. So we got 3 more years of school plays. I'll be looking forward to the end of that thing. What was the name of the economic movement in Tulsa? It was called Black Wall Street. Was that it? I think so. Oh, and I was bringing that up because I hear her coming in the house. They went to dinner afterwards. Make sure that's her and not. Yeah, she just walked in. They went to dinner afterwards, hanging out, being high schoolers. No, I went on Friday. I went Friday. Lady Dear Woke Christian went yesterday and today. They know Dad don't care about that. They know. So I took my mom. So we went and enjoyed it. We paid attention. Everybody was engaged and such like that. It's just school plays. Come on. I mean, they're well done though. Let me give them credit. They're well done. They're well rehearsed. Good gracious, they're well rehearsed. I mean, it's like a job for these kids. DWC, if possible, please support Habitat for Humanity. They do great work and advocate for home ownership in our great organization. I have no problem with Habitat. I've done a Habitat project. Okay. I will, you know what? I should probably do that. I'll take that. I can get down with that. Yeah, they're almost out the door. They're almost out the door. And we were talking about that. My wife and I were talking about that today. Like, man, they are almost out of here, man. They're about to get out of here and go do something. I think that's going to be fun. So we'll see how that works. I'm looking forward to it though, for real. Lots of good conversation. It looks like good stuff going on. I am going to say thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Thank you so much again for hanging out. Give me your thoughts and such like that. Tell me what you thought about my boycott reaction and such like that. Okay, yeah. And people talking about the Tulsa situation. I think there was, in my opinion, Jason's opinion, there was a time for that. I think it's really difficult to do things mono-ethnic now like that. I mean, you can. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just really difficult. And I'm not saying that it's not beneficial, but I'm like, if we work on our communities right now, inner city, pick an inner city in your state, and you know what I'm talking about. If we work with that community and improve the quality of life in that community and the self-responsibility in that community, would that not benefit everybody around them? All the other communities around them would ultimately be benefited if we as the highly melanated people dealt with our own communities. It's not the white man's fault. It's ours. And I think if we just were honest and said, yeah, there's an issue that we need to work on. There's something we got to fix. I think we would really, really benefit from it, because then we're dealing with the hard issue of why are we allowing such things to happen in our community? Because I guarantee you bring up a topic and people will fight you tooth and nail about it rather than say, yeah, that's a problem with our community. You bring up music. Why do we allow the most debased, most wretched, immoral music to represent our people? Why is that? And in a minute, 8 seconds from now, somebody's going to go off on me about why I said that. And therein is my point. We will allow the most debased to represent us and won't bat an eye. When somebody says we could do better than this, probably about a year and a half ago, I picked up a book called, y'all know I like to tell you how to pick up a book. It's called A True Likeness. And it's a huge tabletop book. It's pretty heavy too. And what it is it was a photographer in North Carolina during the, let me tell you, True Likenesses. And it was a Black South by Richard Samuel Roberts from 1920 to 1936. And he was a photographer, kind of like that Olin Mills type of thing, right? But he's a Black photographer. Okay. So kind of like the Olin Mills, or remember Sears when you used to go get pictures taken? Okay. So this guy was in North Carolina in the 20s, going into the 30s. When he passed away, his studio, somebody went through his studio and found all these beautiful pictures, just thousands and thousands of pictures. And a lot of them had stories associated with them. And so the person took it and made a book out of it. It's a beautiful tabletop book. And again, we can argue till the cats come home about whether or not it's the white man's fault that Ray shot John down on MLK Street. We can do that till the cows come home. But if once we look at this book right here and say, where did these people go? We immediately say they ain't got nothing to do with white people. That's us. We no longer even, again, there's some great pictures in here. I highly recommend. Actually, I did a book review of this book, and I have to find it, and I'll bring it up and make it available, maybe attach it in the comment section. But my point is, this is our grandparents, our grandparents, or maybe even your greats and such like that, and how they were living. It was amazing. I bring it up because we no longer elevate this type of lifestyle. We've allowed people to say that the highly melanated Black culture is anti the things that we saw that our grandparents did. You know, a mom and dad, a husband and wife, children living at home, those kind of things. That's somehow or another lesser. We've come up with a new standard. That's why I say DIE is not good, because we have determined what are good, what is good rather. So going back to my point. So I think we could benefit a lot from it. I know a lot of people are getting upset about it, and that's okay. That's why I dropped my email, dearwokec@gmail.com, email management. But, it is what it is. But we've allowed people to say, hey, Black culture is this. Anything that represents a level of civility, oh, no, that's another culture. Our culture is this. And we've let other people tell us what our culture is. And the highly melanated people have just gone right along with it, hook, line, and sinker, gone right along with it, and agree with, oh, yeah, that's our culture. Yeah, that's it. But is it really? So I will not. I can't rock with James Cones. James Cones was a heretic and taught a false gospel. James Cone was a heretic, and unless he repented, I mean, he's absent from Christ. So now I'm going to actually pass on James Cone. I'll let that one slide. Black liberation theology is garbage. Yeah, dearwokec@gmail.com. Yeah, there's no reason to mess with James Cone. The gospel is so much better. The Bible is so much better. The Bible that God has given to us is so much better than with that foolishness that James Cone's taught. So why would I take the most immaculate meal possible and dumb it down to a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on a garbage can lid? That's Black liberation theology. So again, I'll say it again. dearwokec@gmail.com, email management. If you have a problem, issue, or concern about what I just said. All right, let's see what we have. What's going on? I won't actually do that either. Hey, how about this one? Because I think it'd be interesting. How about you come on, JP? How about that? Because I think I got this feeling that I think I know where you're landing. I almost guarantee I know exactly where you're landing. I'm gonna drop this link right here. All I ask is, again, all I ask is that you have your camera on, that you use no profanity, and that you stay on topic. But I got a feeling I already know where you're coming from. But I want to give you an opportunity, JP. JPD64, come on through, jump on the chat. Let's go. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I told y'all. I knew exactly where he was going. Oh my goodness. You want to come on? I don't even usually give any air to Hebrew Israelites. I don't give any, but you own us on every street corner? How about you own me right now? How about that? Right now would be great. I think that would be great. I don't lose regularly because you ain't came on yet. But I'm ready to collect that L. I'll collect the L tonight for sure. Because I'm sure you got a clear, logical, biblical case. So why don't you bring it? That would be wonderful. And everybody can hear the logic that you have. I'm just saying, I love it, but you don't want to come on. So I think I know where you're going. He's a Hebrew Israelite. These are people who believe that the highly melanated people are Israelites and that they have some kind of special relationship with God. But I mean, it's a total Bible twisting. It's really embarrassing because they go through all of these hoops and all of this lyrical gymnastics in order to try to make themselves Israelites, but they still need to come to the foot of the cross. So everybody must come to the foot of the cross. So therein is the problem. So if I make myself some kind of superhuman, it matters none because I still got to come and humble myself at the foot of the cross. So I don't think that I'm pretty certain I'm going to go on a limb and say I'm 100% certain that JP is not going to click that link. He's not going to click the link because he don't want that, because he knows that what he's teaching is false. He already started out by saying James Cone. James Cone is a heretic who denied who Christ is. So if you're saying that you must read James Cone, then therein is the problem. So I already know that he was wrong. And then he was talking about somebody else. I don't know, somebody with Ben, whatever in his name. But all he has to do is just hit the link. So he doesn't have to comment in the chat. He can actually let us all hear his extreme, superior, dare I say, flawless wisdom and insight. All he has to do is hit the link. But he can't hit the link because he knows that he's not going to actually do the things that he said. So it's kind of sad. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all, in honor of JP, who's in the chat, just, saying the things they're saying, could y'all just put JP in the chat? Just, let's just put him out there and just let him know, hey, man, we appreciate him, man, for coming through. We appreciate you, man, just, having the wherewithal to even comment, man. That's, it takes a lot. But, man, you could come in here. You're saying that you own Christians all the time. That'd be fun. I'm shifting gears, by the way. I'm just shifting gears. So I think this would be fun. But I don't think he's going to do it. Oh, man, JP, that's really sad. Hey, well, I mean, he's actually got to come on to do it. So therein is the rub. So I don't think he's going to actually do it. I'm pretty sure. All he has to do is hit the link. So we're going to go ahead and give him an opportunity to figure out his life, which will be good. All right, JP, I'm going to give you a moment to think and get yourself together. I've dropped the link in the chat already. You're welcome to, jump in and give us your insight and wisdom. That's really all I want from you is your insight and wisdom. Your commentary in the chat is no longer necessary. I need that insight and wisdom. So moving on from there. Appreciate it, though. That was good. Thank you so much for that. I'm just looking real quick. Looks like some good back and forth. And always, I tell people, thank you so much, Rebecca, reminding everybody, you're welcome to email management, dearwokec@gmail.com. All right, good people. Let's get ready to bug out of here. I want to say again, tomorrow is a Dalton meeting. Have you been following what's going on in Dalton? Tomorrow's meeting is probably going to be pretty interesting, I have to admit. So as soon as I'm able to get on, I will jump on. Prayerfully, I won't be too late and there won't be too many fireworks. But I will also, they've also posted their agenda. It's actually pretty interesting what they plan on working. It looks like they're trying to get work done. So prayerfully, they will be able to get work done. There will be no shenanigans, just do work. And then on Tuesday, we got future elected trustee Ed Steves coming on to just talk, have a little introduction. If you haven't had the chance to meet up with Ed Steve or hear from Ed Steve, this will be a good conversation on Tuesday, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will definitely looking forward to that conversation on Tuesday. So everybody, I want to say thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to the moderators. You guys and gals always do a great job of keeping this thing moving in the right direction. And I want to say thanks so much. Okay. I want to say thank you so much. I don't think he's coming. I'll wait. I'll wait for him. I will ask Ed Steves how many people are running. There's an independent candidate and a Republican candidate, as well as the Democratic slate. What I'm not understanding is it's hard to find the Republican candidate. I would love to hear from other candidates, for sure. And I don't see my full slate and contact. I saw one trustee today, but that was it. But I'll keep looking though, for sure. Oh, thank you so much, Joshua. Thanks so much. JP is over here just talking, Shonda. And we gotta pray for JP. I invited him to come on to share his insight and wisdom. He's a Hebrew Israelite. I generally don't even fool with Hebrew Israelites because they're so biblically illiterate. But I was kind of feeling feisty today. I was going to grab my chaos hat and I was just going to cause chaos. But he doesn't want to come on, and that really makes me sad. So it is what it is. We'll just keep going. That's probably more true than false. I don't think JP wants to go on camera from his bedroom at his mom's house. That's probably more true than false. There is I believe there is a Republican candidate. Now I was trying to wrap up, and now we are. All right, let me find this. Yeah, as far as I know, there is a Republican candidate running for Dalton and a Republican candidate running for Thornton Township. All right, I'm trying to find it real quick. All right, let's see what we got. But Stray, I believe. See, they're only. Okay, and I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT only said Jason and Cassandra. I said, now let me ask him about Thornton. I know there's another one though. Okay, Napoleon Harris, Nate Fields. It's like they're just ignoring anyone else. Okay, so I need to do some more research. I got to find it. Because I thought that I heard there was another candidate, a Republican candidate, but yeah, so that's what it's showing me as well. But I know I've heard of another candidate. So we'll find out. I will find out, and maybe I'll put it as a community post or something like that. I'm not going to go live again tonight. I'll tell you that much. Because I want to go cook dinner. But besides that, I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for rocking with me. I put him in timeout, Sean. He was wasting my time. He was wasting our time. I put him in timeout. I only put him in 5-minute timeout. Because I want him to come on and just, share his wisdom. I mean, why type it when you can say it? I mean, that's what I would think. I would think you want to chomp at the bit, especially since what did he say? He owns Christians and stuff. Like, that would be great. Like, come on. I think it would be interesting. So, but anyway, thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. It was a lot of fun. Let's get ready to do this again real soon. I have some great things planned for the week. Some good videos are dropping. If you don't mind, please, down in the comments below, let me know what you thought about it. And feel free on Tuesday. Ed Steve will be taking questions too. So start getting some good questions together. I'm gonna do my best to try to get as many of those questions as I can. from you all and allow him an opportunity to answer. So definitely, unequivocally, get some questions in your mind and such like that. And we'll see you all real soon, everybody. Have a blessed rest of your day. And until then, everybody, grace and peace. Take care.